Welcome to Taroko Gorge! Welcome to the Taroko Gorge! It is on the east coast of Taiwan called Hualien, and it is one of the most famous landmarks in Taiwan. As one out of 9 national parks in Taiwan, the Taroko Gorge is a breathtaking sight that easily makes a wondrous weekend trip. In this video, we'll show you some important travel tips for Tailuge, or Taroko Gorge. The best way to reach Taroko National Park from Taipei is by train, which is a 2-hour ride from Taipei Station, Taipei Chejian, with several stops along the east coast of Taiwan. The final stop should be Hualien Station, Hualien Huochejian. From Hualien train station, you can either hail a taxi or arrange a car pickup via hotel reservation. Most hotels will arrange pickups from the airport or the train station. The most beautiful hotel located deep in Taroko Gorge is the Silk's Place Taroko, which is not only exquisitely designed but also family-friendly. There's tons of amenities and multiple restaurants serving Aboriginal foods and traditional Taiwanese cuisine. Early in the morning also means experiencing Taroko Gorge without the bombardment of large tour buses and crowds of tourists that tend to start their tours at 10 a.m. Since walking paths at all the trails are narrow, encountering large groups of tourists can ruin your tranquil experience. If there are options within your hotel's tour package or the travel guide is offering time flexibility, try to select a time prior to 10 a.m. It can be quite dangerous to attempt walking through Taroko from trailhead to trailhead. Despite its 5 to 10 kilometers distance, the roads are extremely tortuous without any shoulders along the edge. In addition to danger, there are also large tour buses that speed through dark tunnels and narrow roads that can barely fit cars traversing in opposite directions. One of the fundamental trails is the Tunnel of 9 Turns, or Jiuqudong步道. At 300 meters of altitude and 700 meters long, the easy-peasy pathway is one of the newer ones at Taroko Gorge. It starts and finishes at the west end of the trailhead and encompasses the Liwu River, magnificent cliffs, dazzling waterfalls, and of course, grand marble walls. Along the way, there are explanations of various vista points to look out for, like the coiled dragon of the 9 turns and fish leaping over the dragon's gate. The entire trail requires 40 minutes to walk through. On this bridge, we are going to see lots of different lions with different sets of heads and bodies, so it's actually called like 100 Lion Bridge. Another easy walkway is the Shakadang Trail, which begins underneath the red Shakadang Bridge, or as many locals refer to it as 100 Lion Bridge, 百狮桥. Look closely. Each lion has a different expression and pose. Some were brought over from an older bridge that previously collapsed. Some lions are newly built. Much lower in altitude at 60 meters, the 4.4-kilometer Shakadang Trail passes the stunning views of cobalt rock pools that alters colors from sky blue to Tiffany blue, depending on the amount of sunlight reflected upon the rock pool surface. The entire trail requires 3 to 4 hours to walk through, but I did it in 2 hours by turning back at an earlier point. We are about to walk into the territory for Aborigines, 山地人 or 原住民. They were the natives of the Hualien and the Taroko Gorge, people who lived here from the very start. So the government wants to really make an effort to protect the land that really belongs to them. And so behind us, you see that sign over there. It says you're about to enter the territory for the Aborigines. The authenticity of Shakadang Trail is that leads to the protected territory of the Truku Aboriginals. An hour into the hike, you'll stop by several street vendors managed by the Truku tribe, selling artisanal handicrafts and sausages. One of the most iconic shots of the Taroko Gorge is the Eternal Spring Shrine Trail,長春祠步道. The shrine was built to honor 212 veterans who died while constructing the Central Cross Highland Highway. The scenery of waterfalls streaming down from the shrine makes the trail a marvelous destination all on its own. There are several suspension bridges at the Taroko Gorge, with the most famous ones being Jiuqudong Bridge and Bulowan Bridge, which is the longest span and the largest drop from the valley and sits 153 meters above the Liwu River. You'll need to apply for permits for some bridges, so be sure to check out Jetset Times for more info and what to pack. You guess you needed some garden inspiration? Here's a beautiful garden full of aromatic plants and herbs.